Okay, do it.
Oh, it's not letting me click live on it. I don't understand why it doesn't click. Hmm. Hold up. It's doing it. We're live. Figured out the key is clicking it 100 times. I'm going to post the link in the chat.
I love my little fishes as they swim about their home. I love my little fishes as they swim about their home. When the sunlight shines upon them and their colors begin to glow, I am drawn into a world where my heart longs to go. I imagine scenes of beauty and feel the warmth of love. I love my little fishes as they swim about their home.
Hello.
Hello. How's it going, Father Fish?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you doing?
Doing good. Been busy.
As they swim about
their home.
My heart is happy and I am content to sit and watch them swim. I will not be alone while these fishies are in my home. When the sunlight shines upon them and their colors begin to glow, I am drawn into a world where my heart longs to go. I imagine scenes of beauty and feel the warmth of love. I love my little fishes as they swim about their home.
All right, all right, all right. We are here.
Yeah, we are.
Glory.
It took a little bit of work when we got here.
Goodness sake. That's a Pisces. Yellow Red. Jack Adam. We got a mob here.
That we do.
We are a mob. I was watching Scope It Out and Phillips earlier this evening, or this afternoon. They were on about 4 o'clock. Absolutely spectacular. It was a wonderful, wonderful show. They got into stuff that I have some things I never even thought about. One of the things that I was particularly interested in, because it's something I've talked about before without really having adequate information. Sailor Red has a Madagascar lace balm. Well, put it in the dirt and watch it jump up. It should grow. If it doesn't, you may need to refrigerate it for a couple of weeks. My concern was based on the notion that microfauna is global, and that the same microfauna exists globally. Well, that may be true with some species, but I asked them because they made a comment about certain kind of macro fauna that exist in certain kinds of environments. So I queried about that, and they spent a long time then going into an extended conversation about how different things are found in different kinds of environments. And it was Yeah, it was remarkable. It's something I've been very curious about and
Mm-hmm.
needing an answer on, and was just really, really happy to be able to finally kind of nail that down.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, there we go. Right now, where are we? Let's see. Okay, good. We're getting it together here. Who's here? Rocket fan. With the aquarium you have had set up for 20 years, how do you know when the fish are dead? When they stop swimming and they
That's,
lay on their side and they begin to deteriorate.
mm-hmm.
That's how.
That's it. Or if you see them floating at the top or laying on the bottom.
Yeah, funny. Well, there are fish that die in the tank that I never see
Yes.
because it's so thick with plants.
Mm-hmm. And then there's certain
True,
types of
hello,
nocturnal
true.
species that's hard
And
to
what
see
do I
too.
do with them? It depends. If it's a larger fish, I'll take it out. Small ones, I push down into the sand.
Mm-hmm.
I got what you meant, Rocket Finn. Resurrection jars of glorious filth. Yeah, Bear, I think that's right. And that's really what they were saying. It's a function of a number of different things,
Mm-hmm.
one of which is the level of oxygen in the water. That's a major determinant for what's living in the water. If the oxygen level is low, then there are a lot of things that are just not going to be able to survive.
Yeah.
My concern was really more with variations in the environment, like an environment that has maybe a low pH as opposed to a high pH, maybe phosphate in one, iron in another, those kinds of things. And the response was, yeah, it does make a difference. And there are some animals that live in one and not the other. It still does not really answer my question as to the full range of some of these animals, although they were saying that there have been some macro fauna that have only recently shown up in the UK
That's
that are native to the US. So with macros, that's true. Micros, I really don't know. And the issue is that so many of these microfauna have been around for such vast amounts of time that it's inconceivable they would not be global in reach.
yeah, so that's kind of my impression too. Is it looks like as long as they've been around, it would be global by now.
Really.
It really looks
Let's
like
see.
they would be.
So Daniel is saying if you build the bottom layer out of pond muck and add fluvial stratum and cap with deep sand, your aquarium will explode with life. Your plants will grow crazy big. Yeah, the difficulty with that is you really need to make sure that that pond muck is capped, seriously capped, severely capped. I remember setting up a couple of battery jars, and I was using a muck that was black and thick like tar, and I put about I think an inch in the battery jar and 2 inches of sand on top of it, and by the next day, it had blown the entire system.
Wow.
It had blown through the sand and fouled the water.
Hmm.
And that was 2 inches, but it was extremely intense product.
Yeah.
So, and I think that's true with a lot of pond muck. particularly if you get down below the mud, the thinner detritus surface, down to where it's thicker and more dense. That's pretty strong stuff.
Yeah, it
I
is.
recommend that you don't use more than 25% of that in your dirt layer, and that a big part of the dirt layer be composed of plant material, like humic material, like peat moss or coir or even leaf mulch, that
Yeah.
kind of thing. But fine, not coarse. And then mix that with soil, and then mix some of the compost material in with it. That pond mud, if you treat it as a compost, um, and even at that, you still need the aqua preta, because it's still going to be missing a number of elements that are critical for plant growth.
Mm-hmm.
So you still need to add the aqua preta to it, but that's a very small amount. That's like a 10% or less. It's a very tiny amount. Anyway, that was interesting. David Anati says, I use mostly pond muck and I can't get stem plants to grow. I would say I used 80% pond muck, only Anubias. Yeah, and the Anubias is not taking nutrients out of the substrate. It's taking them directly out of the water. Pond muck, is, how can I put this? It is actually clay.
Mm-hmm.
It's immature, if you will. It's clay 1,000 years before it becomes clay.
Right.
It's the as that muck goes down deeper and deeper by more and more piling up on it. In a pond environments are temporary environments. They're not permanent environments. For example, a creek may blow its channel, break through its bank, and create a wash. And that wash may become a 5, 6, 8 foot deep pond. And then eventually that current persists, and the wall is rebuilt and the pond is left as a pond. That pond, over a period of several hundred years, will no longer be a pond unless there is water flowing into it, like in an underground spring, or a creek that's flowing through it. That pond will receive more and more detritus simply from the vegetable matter, the vegetation falling into it, and whatever, and the wind blowing dirt in it, and whatever else is going on. It will build up from the bottom to the point where it will eventually become a bog. It'll become a marshy area.
Yeah.
And it will continue to build up until it becomes a field with an otherwise rich soil, but no evidence that a pond particularly was even there.
See, that makes sense, because I've been noticing that with my bucket ponds that I set up last year. It's kind of like just outdoor resurrection jars. It's already got dirt this much in it just from leaves falling in.
Right. Ponds are not permanent unless they're being regenerated by a spring or by water somehow flowing through them.
Yeah.
There are other kinds of ponds, for example, rain ponds, which may exist as a depression that where the water evaporates completely, leaving the depression, and then a monsoon or a rain comes and refills it, and for a period of time it remains full. That's the kind of environment that plants such as the Ponogetans live in. They're primarily forest ponds, low light shaded forest ponds that these plants will spring up. They form a bulb, like a tulip bulb, that retains the kernel of energy that is the source of life in that plant. When the rain comes, the rain softens it, and it's able to grow out of its stem opening and begin to flourish. It receives nutrients. It begins growing roots then out of the other end of it, out of the root section, and it flourishes. And it continues to flourish basically until the water evaporates back down to the point where the leaves dry out and the bulb is left in the mud, which becomes harder and harder until it's encapsulated again in mud. Now, there are also fish that live in exactly the same way. In Africa, there are killifish that only exist for less than a year. The eggs are laid, the pond evaporates, the eggs are trapped in the mud, which dries out. They stay there for months at a time until it rains again. They hatch almost immediately and begin feeding on the microfauna that springs up instantly in that first rain. They grow very quickly. They mature in a matter of 3 to 4 months. They breed. They lay eggs in 5 to 6 months. And then the water evaporates out and the fish die. But the eggs remain encapsulated in the mud. And this goes on year after year after year. So there are animals that live in highly advanced, can I say, animals and plants that live in environments that cannot sustain them year round. And yet they have found ways to be able to sustain their population through the generations without even having water in the environment. Just
that's fascinating.
Remarkable
Yeah, it is.
animals. Those are easy animals to keep in our aquariums. There are organizations of killifish associations in many parts of the country and around the world that specialize in these fish. There are literally hundreds of species of these kinds of fish. Some are not annual, some live for a matter of years. There are South American killifish. I believe there are Australian killifish. I don't know a whole lot about killifish.
Same here.
Species and so forth, but I do know the basics of it.
We have some that's native to Florida.
There are killifish in Florida. That's right. They're not annuals. Those are perennial killie.
Really? I didn't realize that.
Not all killifish are annuals. They are fish that don't live very long, though, a few years.
Mhm.
Do I sell natural made dechlorinator? Yes, I do. Little goldfish. It is available. Um, it is available in our store. Ascorbic acid is what we use. It's
Mhm.
amazing stuff.
And I'm
Uh,
dropping a link right now where you can go check out the store.
yeah, let's do that. We need to get some sales up here. Actually, we're running a little slow right now. Let's see what we got here. We have the special plant pack. This is what is this? Oh, the
That's
specialty pack. Okay.
mhm.
That's not what I thought it was. Um, these are plants like we're talking about. They are bulb plants, aponogetons, floating plants,
Mhm.
other kinds of plants that do not have roots. At least I can't say the bulb plants don't have roots because they do.
Mhm.
But they go through a period, as I've just explained, where the roots die back. So there are bulb plants in there, there are anubias in there, there are floating plants. What else is in there? Mosses. There are
Mhm.
mosses. There are ferns like Java fern and other kinds of ferns. These are the oddball plants. And it's a package of, I don't know how many is it? Is it 18 different species of high-end unique plants
Mhm.
that are not rooted plants. They're not cryptocorinne. They're not Vallisneria. They're not swords. They're not rooted plants. They're other kinds of plants that you would otherwise not come across very often. It's once you have your tank established and you've got rooted plants growing in it, you have some stem plants, and that's the sequence. You want to start with stem plants in a new tank because they will grow very quickly. Then go to rooted plants. Vallisneria and swords are two of the easiest. Cryptocorinne is always a delightful plant to be able to grow. And then from there, you can begin dealing with things like ferns and some of the mosses, anubias, and the bulb plants. So do this gradually over an extended period of time. Sun and Moon, I'm doing well. Thank you. Daniel Ingalls has the plant. I have the plant back to suit your needs at great prices. They're great. Yeah, they are. Yeah, they really are. Um, Plants can dry out. Oh, plecos. Yeah, that's interesting too. Plecos are an air breather.
Mhm.
They can survive out of water for a day or longer. Um, unless they dry out from the inside. They have such a hard, scaly kind of surface that
Mhm.
they're able to protect their inner body from being out of water for extended periods of time. They won't last forever. They will dry out. They will die, but they can live a day or longer out of water. Not all the time, not in every case. But I've seen it in Florida where they've been up on the bank or where the water they were in has evaporated and they live in the mud. They can live in the mud virtually indefinitely so long
Wow.
as it remains muddy. If it maintains some moisture, they don't have to move around. All they have to be able to do is take a gulp of air, and they can survive in that. There are other animals too. The lungfish is a good example. The
Hmm.
lungfish is a fish that has a softer skin that builds a burrow with its mouth right at the surface of the burrow, and the water that it's in completely evaporates, and they will continue to live for extended periods of times, for month after month after month, in that burrow, in a waterproof case that keeps them from drying out. The waterproof comprised of their slime coat around the walls of the cave that protect that little cocoon from drying out. They can live in there for, I don't know how long, upwards of a year, I expect,
Hmm.
until it rains again and they're able to come out. They're actually collected in the cocoon by native people as a food
Wow.
fish and as a bait fish. They're
That,
apparently a pretty good food fish too.
that's
Remarkable
really
animals, remarkable. So many amazing animals. The lungfish is one that we can keep in our aquarium. So it's another example of a remarkable animal that
Mhm.
we could keep if we had the imagination to create an environment that could duplicate their native environment,
Mhm.
would be able to survive the tank being emptied, provided the substrate was deep enough for them to build their cocoon in.
That would be such a cool aquarium.
Wouldn't it ever?
Yeah, that would be really cool.
Let's see. Daniel is saying, what's my favorite aquarium plant? That's a really good question.
Mhm.
I don't know. I think lately cryptocorinne has kind of captured my imagination. There's a very wide range of varieties, which changes the shape and the color. They're a plant that grows like a tree. They grow as a single plant, and they can become rather spectacular. Um, with remarkable leaves, and they can get bigger, uh, and then they'll send off a runner, but they're not chock a block up against each other. There are species at least that are not. I find them fascinating and beautiful plants. They're really quite attractive as they get bigger in an aquarium. They're really a centerpiece plant.
Mhm. Yeah, they are.
Is CO2 necessary for planted tanks? It absolutely is. The benefit of a deep substrate is that it generates CO2 much as a factory would. It is, in fact, a CO2 factory. It generates enormous amounts of CO2. It's burning up oxygen at the rate at which it enters the substrate and converts it to CO2. The plants take it up as nutrient, um, and thrive from it. So you don't need to add CO2. You could not possibly add an amount equal to what that deep substrate is creating. Clodoaldo Costa. There's a whole universe of aquarium plants and much more to discover. Oh, that is so true. So true. Let me give you a wrench. We got some wrenches passed out here. That get Clodesta up. Arizona Bay. Did I give you a wrench? No, I did not. Let's do that. And he says Daniel Engel's working on it. Who, Aaron Yengel does, let's see, Daniel.
Joey on my string has a question.
Sure.
Are there any diseases that affect shrimp, cherry shrimp, ghost shrimp, etc., and how would you cure that?
Any diseases that affect shrimp?
Mm-hmm. I haven't heard of any diseases that's affected them. Not that I know of.
There are parasites.
Mm-hmm. True. Yeah, there are.
Interesting. Diseases that affect exoskeleton. They would have to be able to get into the body of the animal, and that's the function of the exoskeleton, to protect the body from invasion by bacteria or viruses.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure there are. I don't know what they might be. There certainly are parasites. Good question. We need to look into that one. Can you measure oxygen levels in the aquarium? Yes, you certainly can. The equipment to do that is about $4,000. So there are laboratories that can do it. There may be less expensive ways. I think one of the things that we have done to test it is to simply have oxygen requiring plants and animals in the water and determine their level of success. Obviously, if fish are gasping at the surface, your tank lacks oxygen.
Yes.
So that would be one way to measure oxygen levels. The equipment to do that is quite expensive.
Oh, I posted the link on your channel to the link that we need to get into the StreamYard. I just can't pin it.
Oh, we didn't do that, did we? I'm sorry.
Oh, it's no problem. I can't pin it on my end.
Let me do it. All righty, there we go. Okay, we are inviting folks to come up and show off their tanks this evening. So by all means, feel free to join us. Let's see, let me Ghost Quest. What is going on here? Oh, there we go. Yeah, you a wrench. 55 gallon has a leak. Yeah. A seep, or what's referred to as a seep, which is a very tiny leak. If the tank contains a lot of detritus or fine material, it can plug itself up. I had a friend who, when he had a tank that leaked, would take a handful of diatomaceous earth or clay and release it where the leak was. And in a matter of a day or so, it would plug itself up. If it's a very tiny leak, it can do that. If it's a larger, if it just water pouring out, that's not going to work. But if it's a seep, if it's a drip, uh, very often it can be healed. Typically, it's an issue of, in the case of a silicone tank, of a seam failing. And that's not something that is going to get better. When a silicone seam fails, it continues to fail, and the failure gets worse. In the old tar tanks, a leak could be a seepage as a result of pressure working through a channel that maybe went in a lot of different directions until it finally hit the other end of the tar seam and would create a drop. Those are pretty easy to repair. And in fact, you could even use a blowtorch on the outside of it to warm that up enough to soften the tar so that it would reheal itself, reseal itself, and that can be done with water in the tank. So there are things we could do with the old time tanks that cannot be done with the silicone tanks.
That's amazing.
Silicone.
I never knew they used tar to make fish tanks. That's
Well, that was how they were made before silicone.
wow.
The formula was roofing tar and varnoline. I don't know if anybody ever heard of varnoline.
Mm-mm.
Varnoline is a petroleum varnish composite or compound that would thin the tar just enough to make it not goopy but soft enough to be able to work. You could then heat it in a crucible, and by setting the tank on an angle, pour a seam of the tar in, set the glass in place, and then pour a seam on top of that to fully seal it. Very often, the seam on top was not poured in smaller tanks because it didn't need to be. In larger tanks, we usually found there was a double seam on the outside and the inside of the glass, between the metal frame and the glass, and then between the glass and the water.
Also, it sounds like tanks, when they first got started building tanks, when they had tar and metal, that would actually be less likely to leak and easier to fix if it did leak than what we have today.
Well, yeah, it was easier in some ways and not in others. One of the problems with the tar is that if it got really old, it would simply crumble, and there was no way to reconstitute it or soften it. So in a case like that, you had to remove it, and that was difficult.
Sounds it.
Because very often you broke the glass in the process of trying to get it out.
That would hurt.
You had to heat it, and you had to heat the entire frame where the pane was. You had to know which pane went in first, so you could take them out in the correct order without breaking them. It was tricky, but it was doable. The frame really was the valuable part of that, not the glass of the tar. But yeah, we used to rebuild them.
That's cool.
They lasted about 10 years. After 10 years, they had to be. Usually, what we would do at that point is set them on edge and pour the tar in and just reseal them on the inside. That way, if there was already tar there, we had to take it out. We would take it out by heating it and scraping it. not like silicone, taking it out with a razor blade. You
Right.
couldn't do that. It was, you had to heat it first. And
Yeah, I was wondering if you had to cut it the way you do silicone or not.
no, you couldn't do that.
It
You
wasn't
used,
tar
you used
as like pine tar or tar from a tree. I mean, was it actual tar or just a product that they called
yeah,
tar?
root, yeah, it was actual tar, like
Wow.
petroleum
Yeah.
tar. Um, what we would use is roofing tar. Roofing tar came in
Uh-huh.
big. What am I doing here? Let me get off this. Roofing tar came in a round tube with it was a round, wasn't even a tube. It was just a round ball of tar that was extruded from a machine and cut every 2.5 feet or so, and then wrapped
Wow.
in paper. Uh, Wrapped in paper and then paper top and bottom, and that's how it was sold. It was hard. It was very hard. It was as hard as plastic is hard.
Wow.
So it was hard and rigid, but you could chunk it off. You used like um, uh, a hammer and chisel to chunk it
Wow.
off, and then put that in the crucible to heat it up. Uh,
That's
that-
wow.
I remember when they used to tar roofs, they would come around with this big uh, heating oven kind of device
Hmm.
that that was heated with, well, by the time I saw them, they were heated with oil, um, and the tar was dumped in them and kept hot and bubbly. They would dip a bucket in it, haul it up to the roof, and pour it out, and then smooth it down. It
Wow.
was unbelievably miserable work
That's what
because
I
you
was
were dealing
thinking.
with blistering hot tar on a
Ooh.
hot summer day on a
Ooh.
hot roof. Insane work, insane.
Right.
Um, yeah,
Oh,
tar roofs. That's what a tar roof was. And that same tar, we added varniline to it. What the
mhm,
varniline did was it kept it from becoming rigid,
mhm.
so that it didn't crack. It maintained elasticity. So in the tank with the glass in it, it would retain enough elasticity
Mhm.
so it would not be so rigid that it was like cast in stone,
Yeah, that makes
which
sense.
would cause the glass to crack.
That's really interesting. I never realized any of that. That's really cool.
There was a fellow when I was a kid who was still making those tanks. His company was called Acme Aquarium. He was in a warehouse in downtown Baltimore. He had a little shop, but in back of the shop was his factory where he manufactured these plants. He would weld the frames together using angle iron, later bent stainless that was welded, and then fill the seams with the tar and lay the glass sides in, with usually a slate bottom, a piece
That's
of slate for the bottom. That was before tempered glass. So they
wow.
had to use something that wasn't going to crack on the bottom.
Right? Oh, it looks like we got Sailor Ed in here.
Sailor Red, hello, hello, Stan Edmund. He said he rebuilt a 5-gallon metal frame tank for a buddy, used modern aquarium silicone. Yeah, you get it black and it looks the same.
Oh, cool.
Um, that's typically what's happened today. Kettle, a kettle. Thank you, Michael Tarlead. talking about a kettle. That's what the tar was heated in, a big kettle. An axe. Thank you, Michael. These guys know. Michael Terlini has been around. He's got to be my age. He says that not a hammer and chisel, but an axe. They cut this tar with an axe. That's right.
Wow. That's got to be.
I saw it done once with a hammer and chisel, but that was in a house where it was small amounts that were being cut off, and probably an axe would have worked better. Interesting. How cool. All right. Is anybody coming up here? Have we got anybody?
Yeah, we got Sailor Ed and 6 Speed.
Oh, all right. Let me get some. Let me get down to it here. All right. Let's get Sailor Ed up.
Yeah.
There he is.
Well, good afternoon, sir.
How are you? Good to see you.
I am deep in recovery, but I'm well.
Well, I'm glad to hear it.
I just wanted to, this kind of cracked me up a little bit. You see that one oak leaf in there?
Oh, yes.
I was at therapy, and there's a huge oak tree outside the hospital.
Oh, my.
And my wife picked that up and said, "Here's something for the tank."
Oh, that's cool. That's fun.
But anywho, this is my old Father Fish tank, and not old, but shoot, it's over 2 years now, and I'm still really happy with it. Haven't really had to do much to it. Like I said, I was in the hospital for a while. Oh, and there's anybody that's interested, that's my hero, my emotional support beast.
There he is.
He's so
There he
cute.
is.
What's his name?
His name's Ronald Reagan.
That's adorable.
Oh,
I love
bravo.
it.
He's 6 years old. And here's where my angels live. Well, not that you could see an angel.
What size tank is that?
That's a 29.
29. Nice.
And you told me go ahead and get them angels, and my birthday is later this month. We're going to get a 55-gallon tank. It's going to go over yonder. And then
The perfect spot.
Yeah, it is.
the angelfish will move over there. And I don't know, now since I've started keeping fish again, now that I can keep plants alive, I'm excited to get fish that I've never had before. So
I know. That's the joy of it. What do you like? What would you like to have?
Well, I saw a fellow the other day that had, and I don't know where I saw him, had to have been on the internet, had a bunch of scarlet baddises, I guess they were.
Oh, they're wonderful. Yeah, I've got a few.
Okay, and I know I promised you something for your birthday, and all kinds of stuff has gotten in my way. But
Can I look at them?
Well, I can get you some scarlet baddis.
okay, that's my wife. She's the Oakley. She's the Oakley hunter.
What a sweetheart.
And here's your birthday present. I tried to get it out months ago, and my mother had.
Oh, it's wonderful.
And it's really unique. I use this style, if you will, this shape, but this is the first one that I've scrolled. So it's
amazing.
It's very different, and I've never hung the wood over the back before, so. Yeah, they're a lot of fun. Keep me busy when it's nice out. You know, you can get out in the shop. But it was the first time I attempted to paint anything that looked like it was realistic, you know.
Uh-huh.
You did an amazing job.
Pretty good.
And I hope you keep it forever.
Thank you. I absolutely will.
Yeah, and I've visited before many times, but I've never had the lights on or stood up or anything. So there's all my other little fish decorations. My wife's got a pretty good sense of humor.
Oh, that's fun.
She lets me get away with a lot of stuff. So tomorrow well, I got a couple of I got to go to therapy and a doctor's appointment tomorrow, but when I get to my computer, I will get an address from you on Discord.
All right.
And I will get that birdhouse in the mail.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
And,
Thank you so much.
oh, there's another that's my wife's emotional support beast.
He's cute.
Yeah.
I love it.
His name's Todd. He's kind of aloof. All right. I am going to get off here. I got a few things I got to take care of, and then I'm exhausted, so I'm going to take a nap.
Thank you so very much. Nice to have you.
Yes, sir. I'm glad I'm still here to be with you.
You have his address.
God bless you, Ed.
Ciao, everybody.
Get his address. Get the address.
Six Speed. There he is.
Hey. It's a nice tank.
Let's see if I can get him.
I don't know if we have audio.
There
for
we
it,
go.
Can
All
you
right.
hear us, Six Speed?
Is your mic working?
Beautiful tank. Just we can't hear you.
Yeah, his mic is on.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Right now.
Oh, that's wonderful. What a glorious tank.
Yeah, it is.
Get up real
Could
close.
you hear me now?
Right up to it. Right up to it. Get as close as you can. Oh, that's good, 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 good. Keep going.
That's beautiful.
That very wonderful. Very nice.
Is that
Very
red
nice.
lava rock?
Yeah.
It looks great. It looks like they're huge pieces of lava rock. Where did you find those? I can only find the small ones.
I found it at Petco. Could you guys hear me yet or no?
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Cool. Okay, cool. Yeah, I got most of the stuff from Petco and PetSmart. The lava rock, yeah, it was all from Petco. They got the black version too. I was thinking about trying those out.
Oh, nice.
And they're cheap too. They're like $5 each.
Oh,
that's
wow.
not bad. Yeah, I've got
Yeah,
to
Nice stuff. Yeah.
I just bought those plants from Petco. Yeah.
They look good.
Yeah. I added a couple more plants, like the stem plants.
Right.
And then I took MD Aquarium's advice and to put carbon in the filter, and they got rid of all the tandems.
Wow.
Yes, it
Yeah,
does.
The
Yeah.
water was real yellow from the wood.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, and it cleared it all up.
Yeah. We're doing that in a canister in our Amazon tank.
Yeah, I learned a lot from you and MD. You guys are the best, honestly.
MD is amazing.
He is amazing. Yeah, you are too.
Absolutely remarkable.
Yeah, it's a deep substrate. I got about, I think, 3 inches or so.
Beautiful.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, the only thing I messed up on, I bought a yellow shrimp, red shrimp, and then blue ones, and they died, but they gave a lot of babies, but they came out brown. So I messed up on that part. Yeah, I wish I just threw in some red ones only or something.
Yeah, right. I know what you mean.
Yeah, and I got a mono shrimp in there too. They're pretty aggressive. Yeah, right here. This is the mono shrimp. They're real aggressive though. Whenever you feed them, they're the first ones to grab everything.
Oh, wow.
Right.
Yeah, and they're huge too. The females get real big. Yeah, that's about it.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Gorgeous.
You guys have a good day.
Really appreciate it.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye for now. Nice. Very nice.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Miss Lily, red claw crab she's talking about. Crabs are interesting.
Yeah.
They rarely, unless they get big, they really don't cause a problem. They can come out of the tank. I have had them running all over the house.
Oh no.
And when I have it in my shop, they were living in the shop outside. They would come out of the tank and find places to hide
Oh
that
no.
were damp enough that they could survive. And they would not let you get near them. It was kind of amazing. Let's see what's going on here. Matthew Plowden. Can you, Matthew, do you have a camera that you could show us your tank with? You can come up if you have a camera on your computer. Rasbora hats always make a good tank, any Rasbora. They absolutely do. What's Dre having trouble with?
Let's see.
Miss Lily is a wrench. Oh, he's saying, can anyone tell me why my neon tetras are dying one after the other? Yeah. If you just got them, they probably have one or another kind of neon disease. Female guppies get this same thing. It's a disease that they are uniquely susceptible to. It's a virus, so there's really not much you can do to stop it. I've found the only really effective way is to try to see it before the fish dies and pull that fish out of the tank in order to stop the transference. Usually you lose 90% in the process. But that's about the only thing I know to do, frankly, with it, is to try to see the problem before it kills the fish and get the fish out of the tank. And if you be very firm and rigid about that, you can stop it in its tracks and still be able to keep a few healthy fish. It's pretty bad stuff. Pretty bad stuff. Only have 2 left of 8. Well, you may need to just let them go. I'll tell you what, if you can find, I even sell them, wait about 2 weeks and then get some green neons. I've never had the green neons be susceptible to this problem. It shows up in unhealthy lots of fish. It's a matter of being really careful where you get them and being certain you're getting them from a source that does not have new stock coming in on a routine basis. I do have greens. I've got cardinals too, for that matter, that I've had now for a month or more that are healthy. The greens are healthy. I've never lost greens that way. I've lost cardinals and neons. So, I would I would wait a couple of weeks to make sure it's cleared up and then get a few greens and try them. Stacy Lopez. Yeah, that's a really good reason to not buy fish from a big box store, because the potential for for disease is simply way too high.
Yeah, it is. Most of the ones that I bought from a big box store, they're toast within a week.
Yeah, it's also really important to set up a tank that you can keep new fish in before for at least a week before you introduce them to your tank. A quarantine tank. Yeah, they probably did, and that's so outrageous because ick is probably the easiest parasite to control. You can control it with temperature. You simply raise the temperature. It's just so simple, and it's so outrageous that that there are stores allowing it to take over whole populations.
Yeah, it's really sad. Most of the fish stores that I've went to, they're eat up with ick. It's horrible, and they won't listen to you how easy it is to treat it. I try to tell them, but
yeah, 87, 88, above 86, 87, 88. You can go up to 90. Michael wants to know how to get his camera up. I don't know what that means. Maybe somebody can help him.
it should come automatically when you log in to StreamYard on your phone. It should come up automatically. That's what mine does. I don't know if it works like that for everyone though.
Oh, you may need to turn it on.
Mm-hmm.
You may need to go to settings. Go into settings. Prayer is good. Prayer helps.
Definitely.
Log into where? Yeah, log into settings. Click on settings, and go to camera, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, mercy.
Michael's asking me how I set up my
90,
camera with Reddit
90, 90 people here.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Let's see, who else is here? Jacob is here. Let me get over to Jacob. I'm not, my computer is not signaling me. And so I don't know when folks are coming in. Jacob, hello.
I'll let you know.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Good. How are you?
Pretty good. I was just hearing your conversation about that. Now, I know I used to get ick a lot at 78, 79, but ever since I bumped it up to 83, 84, I lose it like within 48 hours.
Yeah,
tops.
I think that's right. Yeah. It prevents it from really coming in.
It does. Them guys have really showed they're white on them.
Look at that. Isn't that pretty?
Yeah, they're beautiful.
Usually I used to get ick on these mollies and platies like all the time.
Huh.
They're real but easily.
You're looking good. So you're at 83, are you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good safe temperature. A lot of people don't want to keep their tank that warm, but it's so much safer to do it. I keep mine at about 82.
One of the questions I've seen on your videos, and every single person I've asked has always said that they keep their angels at be like 79, 80, and I would recommend like at least 82 minimum. 83 up. You don't want them in water because they don't act right in cold water. They're a tropical fish. They need warm water.
Now they will survive in cold water. In Florida, they leave them in ponds out all winter long, and that water can get down into the 50s. Now it does not change quickly. It's a large body of water, so the variation is very slow. So the fish is able to tolerate it without its body temperature fluctuating substantially. But they much prefer low 80s to mid 80 as a stable, solid, but persistent temperature.
And we've got a question on my stream for you, Jacob. What is the white fish with the flowy fins?
Oh, they're long. What, them guys?
Yep, those ones.
Those are same thing as a white skirt. They're just long fin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's white skirt tetra. Yeah.
They're the same thing as them, the glow ones, except the glow ones aren't. But I think you can get long fin glow, can't you?
I think so. Yeah.
Oh, you guys should see this one I have. I have probably about 60, 70 fish in here. I'm surprised this system's taken that much.
Nice. Well, you got a lot of plants. It's made a big difference.
Oh, it has. I can really see a major difference. And they always show me that they're hungry, but I haven't fed for probably really close to 2 months now.
Wow.
Nobody's getting sick. Nobody's losing stomachs. I mean, they're keeping a normal weight because I watched your video so much. I've did so much studying on everything. I mean, oh, look at the babies back there underneath the Anubias. You probably can't see them. But I've got that. It took about 6-7 months, but the breeding finally started happening. I've got a couple things in here. Like, I didn't even know I had those guys, like the guppies you said. I didn't know I had them. I got a
they'll hide out and surprise you.
Yeah.
I've got a big school of them.
Jacob, we got 2 people behind you I want to bring up. Let me cut you off here and get Matthew up. Your tank is looking really wonderful. It's really spectacular.
That's only about a little over 7 months.
Right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Let's see, Michael. Wait a minute. I wanted to get here. Matthew.
Okay. How you doing, guys?
Good. How are you?
Can y'all hear me okay? I'm surprised. I'm low tech. I'm surprised I even figured out how to get on here, to tell you the truth.
We can hear you, Matthew. We sure can.
But anyways, I'm surprised I got signal. It's my little 20-gallon.
Looking good.
Well,
get the camera right up to it.
I got a blue gourami in there somewhere, but he likes to hide a lot.
Nice.
Trying to figure out where he's hiding. I had 2 of them, but one of them died this morning on me.
Oh no.
Yeah, but I noticed the top fin. What do you call it? The dorsal fin, the top fin.
Yeah.
Looked like it was nicked, so I think it was just bad. I bought them from the Petco, so you get stuff like that with them stores, I guess.
Yeah, you do.
Right.
But he is in there somewhere. He looks good though. If he'll just ever, I got stuff behind him back there, them plants, and he likes to get back there and pick on them and stuff. But but I hadn't overloaded it too much. I didn't want to put too much in there until I.
Well, it looks good. It looks good.
Well, thank you, sir. But I got to figure the whole food web out. I don't know what I'm gonna do about that. I got OCD so bad I'll be wanting to clean it up, you know. So
Well, that'll learn you. That's a good discipline, isn't it?
right. But anyways, I learned everything from watching your videos, but we'll see if that relays into anything that'll last me.
You bet.
Oh,
Well,
it will.
thank you, Matthew. Nice to have you come up.
Thank you, sir.
Take care now. Bye for
Bye bye.
Bye.
now. Let's see.
Then we've got
Michael is here,
I'm
but
here.
it does not. Yeah, we can hear you. We don't have your camera on.
I know. I'm trying to figure out how to do that.
I see. Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you though.
I wanted to show you my tank. It's doing so good, and it's all because of you.
Well, thank you.
I mean, I'm telling you, the leaves, the plants, the leaves are the key, I think. Oh, I got so many leaves in the tank. How do I get to the camera part of this
I don't
thing?
know.
I don't know. I got an iPhone, but I'm trying to figure out. Do I
Yeah,
go
I've
to
got an iPhone too. Mine just does it automatically. So
let me drop you off and get it figured out. Come on back.
That's okay. That's okay. Go ahead, do your thing.
Okay.
But
All right.
yeah, it may automatically log you back in, Michael. Whenever you come back in, it may automatically get your camera to work.
Yeah, you may need to just go out and come in to start over again.
Yeah, sometimes I have to do that to get mine to work.
That's true. When you come in, it's going to look for your camera and try to identify it. So try coming back in. Let's see if that works. Michael said, I see you and Father Fish. I think it's probably there. You just need to try it again.
And it may automatically detect it.
Christian is saying you found some great fish at Petco. I have too, truthfully. You just got to be really careful with it.
Yeah, the only luck I've had with Petco was at 2 bettas. After that, anything else I got died.
Yeah, clearly, Miss Lily, you need to let them get a little bigger so you can tell the difference. You should be able to see the shape. You should be able to go by the shape. David and Nadi is here. Can your system work with Justin Nubius? Yes, it certainly can. What will happen, of course, is that the nutrients are not going to cycle into the water into the water column because they're in the. Oh, guess what?
It works.
It did. There he is. We got you.
That's a good thing, but I got to get.
Now we need a light so we can see you.
Yeah, it's a little dark. Let me get a little light here. Okay. How's that?
Oh,
there you go.
Oh, look at that.
Now, how do I get that camera to flip around and go to the other
side?
Turn it
around.
Turn it around. Okay.
That's the easiest
turn
way.
it sideways.
There you go.
The whole thing.
Oh, look at this.
Yo, I got. My friend just gave me a couple convicts.
Oh dear.
These little guys.
He was not doing you any favors.
What? He didn't do me any favor? They're little wicked. They're little buggers, ain't they?
Yeah, they are.
And I got mambuis, are they? What they call mambuis?
Oh, that's even worse.
I know. And my neighbor across the street said he used to raise them. He says, I can't believe you have fish in your tank with them in there. But, I must have like 40 fish in this tank of all different species. I got the German rams. I got golden rams. I got the convicts in. Everybody's happy. I got jumbo Danos in here. I got bleeding hearts in here. I got these little guys up in here. I don't even know what they are. And I got a clown loach is about 6 or 8 inches long in this here tree stump.
Wow.
And
What
I
size
got
tank?
say again.
What size tank is it?
55.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Yes, that's very
Angels
good, right?
are great.
I got one more.
Yeah.
Was that a neon back in there? Or
My word.
I had 14 of them. I only got one left.
Right.
Wow.
Well, the others got eaten.
Yeah, of course. And then look at all these here leaves I got in here. I got some gummy balls in there.
Oh,
I
did
got a
you
pine.
do?
Say again.
Wow. I'm impressed.
Pine cone
Yeah, me
in there.
too. Is there a way we can make it where his tank takes up the whole screen? Because that tank is just
Only
spectacular.
if he can do the setting on his camera. We can't.
Why?
do
What's
it.
the matter? Is it too small?
No, it's fine.
Okay.
That's beautiful.
I got Grammies in here, like the sunburst Grammies. I got a couple of koi angels. I bought them a couple of weeks ago.
Wow.
They're doing good. The other angels, the big ones in there, I raised them during COVID from eggs. And they're doing really good. And the plants are seem to be going good. But hey, I'm going to have to hook up with you and get your plant, your package of plants.
All right.
You know, I want to get that one you got out there you have advertised now. But I believe the leaves are the trick.
They are.
They
The
are
water-
indeed, aren't they?
The water is a 7.2, 7.3 pH. I don't check it often. I remember what you said. Throw that thing in the closet and lock it up.
Really?
That's it.
And it works. The locking it up works, man. I'm telling
Right.
you.
It does, doesn't it? And
Yes,
relieves
it
a lot of the
does. Yes,
stress.
I can't believe that how leaving it alone is the best thing, the advice that you ever give anybody.
Mhm.
Leave it alone.
That's it.
And it's working. It's what's the matter with them convicts though, Father Fish? Yeah. Are they
They're just
fishing?
well, if they start pairing off, they're going to push everything to one side of the tank.
Is that right? Oh, they've been in
They
here for
will
about
get
3 weeks.
extremely aggressive.
Oh, really? And
Yeah.
what about those?
It'll be bad.
He's a trickster. He is. Look, he's hiding underneath of that tree stump there.
Now, you may not have a pair. You
He's
may
the
look
boss.
out and not have a pair.
I don't know. I don't know if he's male or female, but I got 3 of them in this tank, and
Oh dear.
oh,
3 of them. Well,
oh
your
dear.
odds
He
just
says,
went
"Oh
up.
dear." That's what my neighbor told me. He said to me that you're crazy for having them in there. You're not going to have any fish left.
That's true.
Well, I don't know if they'll get bigger.
Oh, they will.
Yeah.
I saw the biggest ones I ever saw were at the Tampa Zoo in the hippo tank, and they were a foot long.
Wow.
Oh man.
I didn't realize they would get that big.
I didn't think they would get that.
Well, they
long.
won't get that big in your tank, but they'll get big enough to be pretty mean.
Really? Can you
Yeah, I
still
would
see
get them
that?
out of there. Just plan to get them out.
You know, it's easy for you to say, but it's hard for me to catch them. I'm
Get
70
a
years
big
old.
net. You need a big net. I
Oh,
sell
you-
big nets.
Oh,
Buy
boy.
a big net.
Mhm.
If you get
Like
one of the big 10-inch
Like
nets,
a
it'll be a lot
10-inch
easier.
net. Yeah.
Wow, really?
Yeah, absolutely.
This
That way
stuff,
you don't have to chase them. They'll
Yeah,
just start
this-
into it.
yeah, this stuff here, I don't even know what that is, but that stuff here, I have to cut that back. That really grows crazy. That
Oh,
right
yeah.
here.
Nice.
That's yeah. It blocks a lot of the light. And it stunts the growth of these plants over on this side of the tank.
I'm just looking at that stairway behind the tank. Where do you live?
In Philadelphia.
Yeah, same kind of house. I used to live in a house like that.
Oh yeah, this is I guess a twin with 4 bedrooms.
Okay, nice.
Yeah. Thank you. I just did all this in here with the lighting around the
Oh, I
top
love
with
that.
That's a
the
gorgeous pair of
crown.
angels.
Thank you so much. Yeah. Oh yeah. I had my contractor. He did
Oh,
all
look
that.
at that. Wow, how
That
cool.
is so cool.
Yeah, you know, everybody that comes in, they say the same thing. They say, "Oh, wow, I like that." It's like a movie theater,
Right?
Yeah, right.
right? Yeah, and
Neat.
I have the mini split air conditioning and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
and I got those
Ah,
old lava lamps. How about
Oh,
that?
those are
oh
cool. I
my
haven't
God.
seen those in years.
Ah,
Yeah. And the kitchen, I did the kitchen. I did this all over. Put the brick in
Oh,
on the
cool.
wall,
oh, how
and
nice.
the island. Uh,
Beautiful.
oh yeah, oh yeah.
Is,
Well,
is that a
during
kitchen
COVID,
fish
what's
tank?
that?
Is that a fish tank in the kitchen?
Oh, I'm sorry. I do have Bettas in here.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
cool.
Well, all
I got
right.
I got
Now
a male and
that's a
female
kitchen.
Betta. Oh yeah, I bought this on Amazon. I thought it was a real cool thing to get.
That's
There
And
it is.
nice.
here you go. There he is, right there. And that's all
Nice.
live plants. All live plants.
Yeah.
All from
Ah,
Father Fish.
very
And
I
cool.
there's the
love it.
dirt. Okay, I got the dirt. I got the
Hmm.
sand.
The whole thing.
Oh yeah, they're
Smells
loving it.
great.
I
Nice.
feed them bloodworms and some krill once in a while. Brine shrimp. They're loving it.
Very
They're
cool.
loving it. I ain't gonna
That is
tie you up. I know you got people online and stuff like that.
I
But
appreciate you coming out.
oh, I love it. I love watching you both of you. The videos
Well,
are
thank you so
awesome.
Thank
much.
you.
We do
And
have a lot of fun, don't we?
we have a lot. I have a lot of fun. I'm telling you, the
Right.
fish. It's awesome. It really is to be with nature.
You bet.
You sit here. I sit here for like an hour in the morning with my coffee and just watch the fish, and I'm so relaxed.
That's the best way to start the morning.
Isn't
There
that
you
gorgeous?
go.
Appreciate you, Michael.
All right, I'll
Get
catch
those
you later.
convicts out of there.
Thank you for giving me some time.
Bye for now. Well, guess who's here?
Looks like NC's here.
Yes, he is. And we get to him here. There he is.
Hey, NC.
Hi, Dina.
How's it going?
Good. I rescaped it.
Nice.
Oh,
It looks
you
great.
did, didn't you?
Yeah, I got some wood in there. I just got this cryptocorean from Cody.
Oh, cool.
It's a really big crypt.
Nice.
And
This is
I will show you what's going in this tank later.
That'd be
But
great.
these are the fish I'm sending you. Albino, longfin, short fins.
Oh, cool.
Cool.
That one right there in the corner is sexable. I don't know if you can
Okay.
see it, but he's got tiny little bristles. Like
Oh,
the
cool.
tiniest little bristles. So that's a male. I'm going to give a longfin too. And then 2 super reds. I just got one to show you how they look.
Nice.
So, yeah, this is going to be in your order. Let's free him.
Well, all right.
Let's free him in
That'll
the
be
tank.
fun.
Yeah, they are some pretty fish.
Yeah, so we're going to get those shipped out tomorrow, I think. I did receive the box.
Oh,
Right
good.
there.
Okay.
With the bags, the insulation. It's going to be perfect.
You might not be able to ship them out till Tuesday because I think tomorrow's Veterans Day, and I'm not sure if the post office is open on Veterans Day.
Oh, yeah, true.
Tomorrow holiday?
Yeah, tomorrow's Veterans Day.
No,
But
okay.
I can't remember if the post office is open on Veterans Day.
So
or
we're not doing it won't be if it's a federal holiday.
Yeah, I believe it is.
Oh.
Well, all right. That means we don't ship tomorrow.
Yep.
That's good. We'll get some stuff done.
Right?
And here we have the longfin green dragon pair.
All right.
And I'm sending the tuxedos to Wyoming.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
And the livestock for the new rescape is gonna be these
Ah,
red tail
cool.
split fins.
Cool.
They're really, really rare. I don't know how you pronounce the name. Guided?
Yeah, I've never heard of those.
Guidad, something like that.
Oh, how pretty.
So yeah, they're really nice. Pleco's doing fine. Down here, I just catched out all the albinos because I separated the albinos
Mm-hmm.
from this tank. So all of them are in here, so that will be easier to catch on Tuesday.
Right.
Shrimp
Pretty
doing
guppies.
fine.
Pretty guppies.
Yeah, those guppies are.
Shrimp are doing beautifully fine.
Wonderful. And see, Cinnamon is here.
Yep.
Want to talk to Cinnamon.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Yep. All right. Bye, guys.
Bye for now. Cinnamon.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing good. I just wanted to show you guys the shell dwellers, how they've
Yeah.
the shell dwellers have
Oh, how nice.
yeah,
It's a beautiful tank.
they've reconstructed things.
Get up real close. Have
They're
you
trying
seen
to-
babies? Have you seen babies?
No, not yet. I
Okay.
actually have too many of them in here, so I'm going to take my cousin's going to get some.
Oh,
Okay.
that's nice.
So I'm trying to figure out which ones are males and females. So
All right, right. Nice. That's a great tank.
and then we've got some Julies some Julies over here for they are living in the cave part of it.
Right.
Yep. 'Cause
Oh,
they've got caves all through there, and then we have some.
what a cool tank.
Yeah, it is.
And then we have some gouramis that kind of the pearl. I think pearl gouramis.
The pearl, yeah.
They're
So
kind of
Yeah,
they
it's
kind of hide out back.
yeah, that's a very gentle gourami. That's a nice one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and those wacko Danios, I moved them into a bigger tank. So
Very cool.
yeah,
Oh, that's neat. I like it.
It really is. Shell dwellers are such a neat fish.
yeah.
Can
And the
be-
little, we got some little Julies here that came
Yeah.
with them. He kind of hides out.
Tanganyikas do really well in that kind of designed community tank. Look at
Yeah,
all the jellies. Wow. You do have a bunch of them.
Yeah, she does.
yeah. They all came out to see what's going on. They're pretty curious.
That's neat.
But I have another one. I say the 55. I started that, and I'll wait until Wednesday to show you how far I've gotten with that.
Okay.
So I just started putting fish in, but
I love this tank.
yeah, I'm enjoying it too.
That's inspiring.
It really is.
Yeah, it really came out really good. I really love this one. I watched it quite a bit. Yeah.
Right. No, you
So,
did.
all righty, I'll let you guys go now.
Thank you,
Talk
Cinnamon.
on your
so much.
Wednesday. All right.
Okay. Bye for now.
Yeah, that tank. Wow, I love the shell dweller tanks. That's one of the best shell dweller
Well,
tanks.
having that with the Jolies,
Yeah.
I never thought to include them, but they actually work pretty well together. That's pretty neat.
Yeah, it is.
Now the Jolies will get a good bit bigger. They'll get like 3 inches. But at that stage, that works really well. Nice.
Yeah, it is.
I'm having a lot of trouble with my monitor.
What's it doing?
It's freezing up.
Oh, that's not good.
A YouTube monitor.
Yeah. Not sure why it would be freezing up unless maybe it's just running out of memory.
It's doing it routinely. I think the processor can't handle two monitors. I think that's all it is.
That's a possibility, yeah.
It's just a tiny little laptop, and I think it's too much pressure.
Yeah.
Let's see how we doing time-wise here. We got 7:15. We are moving right along. Let me get into the chat here and see who's saying what.
Right.
Ms. Lee needs crypts. We do have crypts. We do have a lot of crypts. Somebody just came up. Who is this?
RC84.
Well, I just messed up big time now. I touched my screen. I can't touch the screen.
Want me to see if I can
RCB, RC84 Films.
Hello, hello.
How are you?
I am doing great. Big fan of y'all stuff.
Well, thank you so much. Nice to see you here. Wow.
I love that one guppy, that fire-tailed guppy. Wow.
Yeah. I have four guppies in there.
You have some beautiful guppies.
What size tank is this?
This is a 20-gallon tank.
Okay. It's certainly beautifully scaped.
Oh, thank you very much. But I got 5 neons, and I got 2 keyhole cichlids.
Keyholes are nice. That's one of my favorite of the small cichlids.
Yeah, they've been really, really good.
They're very gentle fish. That's a good fish to have with little fish.
Yeah, and then I got 4 koi catfish and 1 otto fish in there, wherever he's at.
Yeah, look at that.
That's a beautiful tank.
Yeah, I've got about half a dozen, I guess, keyholes.
So I have that one, and then I have my beta tank.
Look at all the crypts.
Wow.
He's about to get moved to another tank here.
Zanubius?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Is that Nana Petite?
Yeah.
Oh, hello.
There she is.
Oh, my.
Pretty.
Yeah, she turned to be very beautiful. She was small little white beta, and then she's grown.
Wow.
Is that what's that background? Is that
Yeah, the background's really cool.
or?
Yeah, it's actually like stick on towel that you would do.
Yeah, it's really cool, doesn't it?
That is a really good idea. I never thought about using the stick on tile.
Yeah. So that's what I did for the backdrops.
Nice.
I would definitely keep that trick in mind.
It was a 50-cent trick.
That's the kind of trick that I like because I've been working on building a background and it has not been working. I like that idea way better.
Really?
Yeah. So I do have sponge filter, the hang on back filter, and then of course an air bubble over here.
So a lot of plants, small tanks, small fish, and just really heavily planted with hardscape.
Oh yeah.
Really nice. Really, really nice.
Thank you. Like I said, I've been watching all your videos and just kind of like learning from this because I just started this back in March of this year.
Wow.
So I'm a totally newbie to everything.
Well, you're doing remarkably well. It's gorgeous.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Everything looks very healthy and happy.
Yeah. I did a test this Friday and everything came out really, really good. And, I barely ever have to really clean my tank because it's doing itself.
Right. Is that a Nana Petite on the stone in the bottom? Right in the front.
Yep, right there.
They're Nubius.
Yeah, I got one of those in a stone and one in the driftwood.
Nice.
Nice. Yeah, pretty. I love it.
Thank you. Thank you.
I love the colors of the fancy guppies that you chose. Those are beautiful.
Yeah. I chose different ones because I really liked them. So the spotted one right here, the yellow one, that's Tony.
He's
Tony.
pretty.
He's the only guppy that will come up to my finger when I go to the front of the tank there.
You have any female guppies in there?
I hadn't done that yet. They're all males. I don't know if I'm ready to be a fish daddy.
Won't hurt a bit.
Won't hurt a bit.
No.
Yeah, my guppy tank has a lot of cute little babies in it.
It'll add to the joy.
It does.
Okay. Yeah, I've been thinking about doing that. I just wasn't really sure yet.
The tank is such that the babies will survive in there.
Yeah, they will.
You don't need to take them out.
Okay.
You got plenty of cover.
Oh yeah.
Nice. Thank you, RC.
Oh, you're welcome. Not a problem.
Appreciate you very much. That's really, really nice. Yeah, come on back and show us some more. Get
All
another thing going.
Okay.
You need 3.
All right, 3 of them. Okay.
Bye for now. Thank you.
All right, bye.
Thanks.
All right. Let's see what's going on in the chat.
I'm gonna take a quick bathroom break right quick. I'll be right back.
Go for it. Yeah. Christian, I purchased a dragonstone and driftwood for hardscape, mainly because I got a good deal. Now I can't find room in any of my tanks too full of plants. Guess you need a new tank. There's always room for one more tank. No question about it. Guy said next Sunday I'll show my 40 again. Absolutely. And Willie Bond says me too. We will be here Wednesday evening as well. And I think it's the same time on Wednesdays. We're 6 to 8. We did that because I kept getting confused. Gabriel, make an American bullfrog paludarium. Wow. Live in Brazil does not even tips or tricks for keeping it. And any fish, well, they are fish eaters. You're gonna need to be feeding large bugs. No room in the tank's always room for a new tank. That's right, Doom Pie. Gabriel, I'm real excited about seeing this bullfrog paludarium. That sounds really interesting to me. Bullfrogs get right big, so this is going to have to be pretty good size. I don't know what I would do that I have. I mean, I'd go probably a pond. I probably would keep them in a pond. You got a pretty high walls because they jump, and they're pretty good jumpers. But and you could also do turtles with them. You could do turtles and frogs in the same pond, and goldfish probably. Although the turtles might go after the goldfish. That could be real interesting. Want to see what you do with it. Have coolie loaches and never see them. It's the nature of the coolie. Yeah. Ms. Lely, Wants to see a bullfrog paludarium. Me too. Southern lady. Thoughts on having an electric blue dwarf cichlid with community fish, tetra shrimps, electric blue dwarf. Electric blue dwarf. That's going to be a Malawi cichlid, isn't it? That's an African Malawi. I don't know. What kind of electric blue dwarf cichlid? What species is that? I don't really know what that could be. Is it a ram? Is it an umbuna? A peacock? Is it a cara? I don't know what it is. We need more information to know what that electric blue dwarf cichlid is. Oh, it's a ram. Okay, that'll work just fine. That won't be a problem at all. Tetra shrimps and guppies, it'll be just fine. In fact, you could do a pair in there and they will spawn and not really create a problem. They're pretty they're not a particularly aggressive fish. They'll keep other fish away, but they're not going to kill anything. Willie said, get a red light and you can watch the coolies. They are nocturnal. That's right. Christian B has 16 father fish tanks. Always room for one more. 16 is proof of that, isn't it? Nice. Oh, who's here? Billy Lee is here. Let me get Billy Lee up. Billy Lee.
Hi, Father Fish.
How are you?
Good.
Let's see what you got here. Bring your camera right up to it, right on it. Nice.
There's my brick house I put in there.
Oh, that's so cool.
And can you see the top of the house, all the algae? It's covering up the holes of the bricks.
Yes.
Maybe if I could come over top, I can get a good look at it.
I do see the algae. Wow, that's so cool.
And it's filling up the holes in the bricks, and then
look at that.
See, I leave a hole in the like. There's a brick back here, and there's a brick here, and I leave like a hole for them to swim up and down. What a
stunning guppy! Look at that guy.
Yeah, I was. I asked you about the guppies before because I've had them together in here at least since July, and they haven't had any babies.
Really?
So I was wondering, are you sure this one? You said they were a male and a female. Is you sure this
I don't
one's a
see
male?
a female.
Is this
I don't
a male?
see a female.
That's a male right there?
That's a female. But she's not pregnant. You know what the problem is? The problem is the tails on the male are so big they can't catch the female.
So this one is a female also?
That's a female, absolutely. And she is not pregnant.
Okay. Then that was the problem because I thought I had a male I thought I had a male and a female, but I guess I had two females.
Well, you do. Well, here's the issue. The breeders who breed these super fancy guppies, they actually cut the size of the tail on the males so they can swim faster. Now, I'm not recommending you do that, but that's what's at stake. That tail is so big that the male cannot catch the female. And I tell you what, that's a female. That's a female with a tail like that.
Wow, I've never seen a female have a tail like that.
Isn't that incredible?
Wow.
Now this is a different one. This one's fatter than that first one I showed you over there.
Where did you get these guppies?
On eBay. Well,
really?
Oh, actually, no. These ones I got from Twin City Guppies.
Huh. They're very fancy. I would get hold of him and tell him that you're not getting any breeding and see if he can send you something that'll breed.
Well, no, because those I asked him to send me only girls, and I had a boy that looked just like these ones, and you couldn't really tell the girls from the boys. And then I went.
These are all female. Oh my God!
But then I did put a boy bluegrass in there.
I saw it.
And then I'm waiting for the boy bluegrass to see if he makes.
How long has he been in there?
Only about 1 month.
Huh.
I put him in there 4 weeks ago.
Okay, now I understand.
I got him at a fish auction, and I said maybe I got two girls, so I threw the male in there.
They're amazing, amazing. I was, I looked at that and I didn't look closely. I just assumed they were male, and they're not. They're females. Wow.
Yeah, that one's definitely a female.
Beautiful fish.
But looking at it, you would never know because the way the back tail is. I mean, you would just think it's a male because of how colorful it is and how big the fin is.
And the fact that they're not pregnant. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, clearly. Now, she's pregnant. I would say she's pregnant.
Well, she's always been fat.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I was expecting her to have babies anytime. And then, you know what? These ones, other ones are albino zebra danios.
Yes, I've been watching them.
Yeah, I was just trying to figure out what they were. I thought they might be
albino
zebras.
That's quite a collection of fish. Quite a collection of fish you got there.
Yeah, you do.
I don't think I've ever seen albino zebras.
Yeah, I was thinking about trying to breed them, but you know, I've had a lot of fish eggs in this aquarium, but I've never had any fry come out.
That's because they eat them all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they'll eat them.
So I was thinking about maybe getting one of those egg collection devices.
Yeah, I would get them fattened up, set them up as a breeding colony in a tank with marbles in the bottom or some kind of screen that the eggs will go through. Leave them in there for like 2 to 3 days, and then take them out, put them back in the tank, and put a sponge filter in with those eggs. And when they hatch, you're going to need to feed them infusoria or a micro worm or something.
Oh, one day I was going to call you because I had a lot of white mold on the floor of the. It looked really beautiful, like freshly fallen snow, but it was so delicate that when I went to clean the glass, all of the stuff just dispersed into the water. But if I take you around to the side, you can see some of it on the floor here, and it's in the back there.
You've got enough down there. You would think that babies would survive in that.
Yeah, absolutely. Looks like you got a pregnant shrimp too.
But there's nothing wrong with letting that white stuff stick around, right?
Not at all. No, it's a fungus, and it's actually very healthy for the tank.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. Look at, she's all egged up.
Yep.
A lot of shrimp.
That's
an amazing tank. Very, very impressive tank.
These are all from, these plants are all from you.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, and I got your supplement that
yes,
that multi-ingredient supplement in there.
Right, the Aqua Preta.
Yeah, so I put an inch of dirt and then 2 inches of that black sandblasting material.
That's a remarkable tank. I love the tank.
Yeah, it is.
Wow.
I got this other problem in the other room. I think one of my regular zebra danios ate the tail off of another zebra danio.
Well, that could be.
And when I went in there, I couldn't find the one with the missing tail, so
Oh, well.
he might be passed away somewhere in there.
Yeah, yeah. Huh. Do you have snails in there?
Yeah, I've got 2 orange giant Sulawesi, and I got 2 brown mystery snails.
Huh.
And that's all for now. I used to have like over 30 snails, but I had a bad problem with the planaria worms.
Oh, yeah.
And then they killed all my snails, and then I set let me show you. I set these planaria traps.
Yes.
See, there's like these little tubes that the planaria
Right.
crawl into there, and then
Oh,
they
that's
can't
neat.
find their way out.
Yep. Huh.
So, like at the beginning of each month, I set 6 of these traps in there.
Wow.
Like when I first had my problem, I did it for 10 days straight. And then the first of the next month, I did it for 5 days straight. And then 4 days straight. This last time, I did it for 3 days straight. And I'm not really finding many flatworms in there anymore.
Well, that's amazing. Good job.
I'm just suppressing the population enough to where it'll keep my animals
Right,
safe.
right.
And I was afraid to use that no planaria stuff because I didn't know if it would get into the substrate and linger.
Yeah,
And
it would be a problem. It's toxic. Yeah.
And then if I wanted to have snails in the future, they might crawl around in there and get that stuff on them.
Right. Looks wonderful, Billy Lee. Appreciate it.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
does.
thank you.
Thank you very much for coming up. I really enjoy your tank. I love it.
Thank you.
And bye for now.
Okay, bye.
Okay, we have Carrie is here. Hi,
Hey.
Carrie.
Oh, Father Fish. Hi, Dinah.
Hi.
Father Fish. These are the tanks I want to show you that survived Hurricane Milton.
Oh, okay.
Remember I called you to tell you how they went 6 days without electricity, so no air, no lights, and they weren't able to be fed for 6 days, and I did not lose one fish.
Wow.
That's impressive.
So this tank I have, the parents were wild-caught green swordtails, and I got rid of all the females, and these are all the males that resulted. I got 11 green swordtail males.
Oh,
They're
my.
just beautiful with the orange
Oh,
tail.
my.
Most of them have orange tail, but a couple of them have a green tail.
They are beautiful.
Well, yeah. Wow.
Are these were wild caught?
That's neat.
These are the offspring of the parents were wild caught.
That's amazing.
So, and they were very prolific, and I had to put an end to their breeding program
Oh, dear. Yeah.
because it's only a 30-gallon tank.
That's really impressive.
That's one tank. And then this tank down here is all rasboras.
Oh, my.
I bought rasboras. But I wanted to mention, you see a lot of snails on the glass here.
Yes.
I want to mention to the people joining us, I used to pick off all the little snails. I mean, I would sit and pick them all off, but I've learned that snails are a friend for us in the aquariums. They keep the algae under control. If there's no food in there, they'll die. If there's a lot of food in there, they'll eat it up. So I don't pick the snails anymore. They survive on their own.
That's
And
right.
they're an Aquarius best friend.
They really are. That's really true. Yeah.
So and then this tank is my Molly tank. Dalmatian mollies and black mollies in here.
Huh.
And I have a Chinese algae eater in a couple of these tanks. They do really well. They get along really well. I know Chinese algae eaters are known to be bullies, but if they're put in the tank young enough, they grow up together. They do great.
Nice.
And then I have this tank, which is another wild caught tank. I have a bluefin killie in here. I have a male sailfin molly, and the little guy up at the top. Well, no,
Oh, yeah.
he's a
Mosey
blue.
in there.
He's a blue tilapia. It's a
Oh,
baby
really?
tilapia. And I caught 2 of them, and the other one grew so fast and so big, I had to give them to a friend to put them in the pond to grow them out. We call them the beast.
Are you in Florida? Where are you?
Bradenton, Florida, West Coast.
Okay, right. I've caught all those fish. Yeah.
So yeah, I have least killifish in here, and they do really well.
They're wonderful little fish.
But the tilapia has just been a treat. They have such a personality, and this guy is just not growing up. He's just so cute. His big brother grew up so fast that I had to remove him. This is only a 10-gallon.
Oh, that's impressive.
Wow.
Okay, and then my last tank I wanted to show you is my newest tank. I just did it this weekend. And I'm really sad because I know the white sand's going to disappear, but I just love the look of clean white sand.
Yeah.
And in here I have all wild caught melanistic mosquito fish, Gambosia.
Oh my God. All the males.
All males. So the tank is very active because all they do is chase each other. Nobody gets picked on too badly, otherwise they go back into the creek. But all they do is chase each other around. It's all good fun, and it makes for a very active, colorful tank.
Now, have you found any elosoma in your collecting?
I don't know what that is.
It's a pygmy sunfish. They're less than an inch long. They're right up in the most shallow area where you have plants growing right up out of the water. They'll be right in an inch deep.
Okay.
The males are black with tiny white dots or blue dots on them.
Oh, no, I have. Okay.
They are around.
Okay, no, I have not caught any of those yet. And they would do well in a tank?
Oh, they will. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. All right. And then I have wild caught grass shrimp in here. I don't know if we could see them. They're feeding. Yeah. Oh, I put my leaf litter in here. I'm always going on Discord with the mysterious larva forms in here, and I can always get an answer. But when I put this leaf litter in, it came with some little white, like caterpillars, hard-cased caterpillars.
Yep.
In the leaf litter. I've never seen that before. Yep. But anyway, I always love finding something new and something interesting. And these guys are a real pleasure. This is the bachelor pad.
Very cool. So cool. I love it.
So I can't keep the white sand, right? It's got to go with the mulm, right?
Well, not necessarily. It's staying pretty clean. You can keep it clean. Add another layer, like 1/4 of an inch, when it gets real dirty.
Of sand on top of the.
Yeah, sure. Okay. You could do that if you just want to keep that. Yeah.
It's just so nice looking after looking at all these other tanks all the time.
I know. Yeah. It's lovely tanks. Yeah. I really like your tanks.
Thank you. Just a testament, though, that these tanks can survive without power for 6 days or more. And now when they come up and want to be fed, I say to them, okay, you guys, I know you haven't eaten for 6 days. You do not need to be fed every day.
That's true.
Thank you for the time to share, Father Fish.
Thank you so much, Carrie. Appreciate you.
Take care.
Now.
Bye-bye.
Let's see. Who is this? Damien.
I think we lost your camera, Damien.
What happened?
I'm not sure. It looks like his camera isn't responsive.
I think we lost him.
Oh, he may be on here twice. There's another Damien. Hi.
Oh, there. All right. There he is. We got you. You got your mic working? No mic.
It should be on. No, we can't hear him.
I'm not hearing him. Need to get your mic working, Damien.
You might have to log out and come back into StreamYard. That usually.
Yeah, try it again. Try coming out and coming back.
Yeah, that should fix it. If he comes out and comes back in, that should fix it, hopefully. There he is. Nope.
We'll get him to come back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when he comes back, it should be loading right.
Yeah, boy, what a lot of nice tanks, huh?
Oh, absolutely.
Wow.
Been a bunch of beautiful tanks tonight.
Oh, the new people are showing everybody up.
Right? Oh, I think he's back.
I think he's back, right? Let's see if we got him now. We got
Can
you.
you hear me now?
There he is. Absolutely.
Okay.
Good man. We got it.
All right. Good night, Dina. Good night, Father Fish. How you doing?
Good night.
Good. Nice to see you.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. I was just watching the show and enjoying the previews of everything, you know.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
Yes, I just felt like sharing. See if I can spin around this camera.
Are you in Jamaica? You're from Jamaica?
Yeah, I'm from Jamaica, but I live in Canada.
Oh, okay. You're in Canada now.
Yeah, man.
Nice.
Yeah. So, give me a sec. Let me flip this camera.
And if it won't flip within the camera, you can always just take the camera itself and flip it.
Yeah.
Sometimes
There we
that's
go.
easier.
Are you seeing it now?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, nice.
I can't see anything, but are you seeing it?
It's okay. Yep, we're doing good.
Pretty guppies.
All right. So, yeah, this is my guppy tank with croaking gram is planted on yeah, just guppies. It's quite a big tank.
Nice.
Yeah, it is. That is.
It's a 4-foot tank. I just use these as feeder fish though.
Okay.
I know a lot of people are not gonna like that, but yeah, that's what these guys are. Yeah. This is my old tank that I showed you the first time.
Okay.
Yeah. This one have jaguar bushfish. I had to remove my ball of sharks put in here.
Wow,
Red
that's a
tail
big
sharks. Yeah. Amazon puffers, knife fish, black ghost knife fish, blue acaras. Trying to remember everyone that's in here. I can't see the camera, so I don't know if you guys are
The
seeing it.
angels? Yeah, we're looking at the gold angel.
No. Look closely.
Oh, right in front of him. A bush
Yes,
fish.
bush.
That's the bush fish.
Yeah,
Right.
there are two of them right there, you know.
Yeah.
They're very, very cunning.
Tina Poma. Right.
Can you see? Where's the? Shoot, I can't see anything. Yeah, there's
a puffer, I think. Is that a puffer?
Yeah, that's an Amazon puffer. He eats everything, pellets, everything. He doesn't
got all
parts
kind of
on
fish
anything.
in there, don't you? Sword.
Yeah, yeah. I had one swordtail left in here. I just kept
Yeah.
one in here. He was to feed the arrows, but I just kept a few with the goldfish, so I had a few left over. All right, moving on.
Wow, that's a busy tank.
Yeah.
it is.
Down here is my cichlid tank. Don't know how clear it is to you guys.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so
That's
I
a
have
lot of cichlids.
jewels. Yeah, only started with 2 and they just bred. This is just one batch. I gave away like about 50. I brought 20 to the store the other day and gave them for some fish food.
Uh-huh.
How many
All of
cichlids do
these-
you have in there? That's amazing.
I don't know. Crazy amount.
Damien, can we get a
stranger.
long view of your fish room?
From which end?
Well, it doesn't matter. It looks like such an amazing place.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
there are
does.
a lot
Wow.
of plants in here.
Wow.
Okay, we're gonna go to the other tank. Up here, I
Oh,
have.
my.
I'm gonna try to get him out. This is a white convict, right? So I bred him with a
Right.
a parrot blue polar convict.
Okay.
Yeah, he's hiding right now, but so these are the babies of those fish.
Huh. There
That's
he
the
is. I
parrot.
got a pair of those breeding right now.
Yeah, so I want to see if I can get them to still look like the polar blue and not just regular convicts. So that's why I kept them separate.
Right.
And see if I could
That'll
get
be
it with a little bit of the
interesting,
white. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, it's a whole lot of plants. I have to move everything indoors because winter is coming, you know.
Winter,
As they
right?
say in
Oh,
Game of
absolutely.
Thrones.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. Yeah.
Yeah, this is my goldfish.
That's beautiful.
Blind cave tetra
And they're
goldfish.
kissing Grammy in there with them.
And no,
What is that?
that's a goldfish. Or a koi fish, whichever.
That's a kissing Grammy.
No. I got this from my friend as a koi. He told me
That's
it
a
was in his
kissing
koi
Grammy.
pond.
That's a Grammy.
No, they act just like the goldfish. The goldfish and them pull against the thing in mating
That's a
dance and
Grammy.
everything. Are you 100% sure?
Yeah,
It's a
that's definitely a
Grammy.
Grammy.
I was telling
I
someone that
guarantee
it's
you,
a goldfish reverted to
it's
its
a
original
kissing
color, and they were
Grammy.
telling me that it's different, and I'm
Watch how its
adamant
lips
that it
move.
was because that's where I got it. I got it from
Look at
someone
how
that
its
had
lips
too
move.
many. I had
That's
no
funny.
idea. Thank you for that.
That's funny.
I had no idea about that, and it's kind of big. It's very big, like
Kissing Grammy. Yeah, it's
yeah, it's the
pretty
size
much.
of my hand.
Yeah, it's a big
Yeah,
one.
and the goldfish is
Nice.
bigger than him, but I keep them in here with the swords.
It's a perfect,
Yeah,
perfect.
lots of potters running it, so
Absolutely.
those just
That's
keep it
funny.
nice. I did not know that's a kissing Grammy,
I
honestly.
know.
Yeah, down here is my daughter's tank. She have a
cool.
flower horn.
Oh,
Oh,
look at
nice.
this.
Yeah, it's very aggressive. Like
Oh, yeah. Oh, he's a
Yeah.
nice one.
yeah,
Oh, look at him. Ah,
that one.
he's
He'll
still got
bite me like
you.
he's very, 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 very aggressive.
He's still
Ah,
little.
yeah.
Very cool.
Oh,
Hey,
sorry
we
about
lose
that.
you there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Wow.
Where else? Over here.
Uh-oh.
I got here. Yeah, these are the pea puffers. It kind of looks messy, but it's just snails. I removed snails from the other tanks
Right.
and just add them in. So they're like about 3 or 4 in here now.
How long have you had them?
1 year. Everything here I got 1 year ago and I just started it.
Have they spawned at all?
No.
Okay.
No. There were 5 and then there were 4. And no spawning behavior at all. They just,
Okay.
or I don't know. I just have them in here and keep them. I
Right,
didn't
right.
try to or anything. I thought they were hard to spawn in captivity. I
They
wasn't
are.
interested in it in
Yeah.
any way. And then
I'm
this,
always curious about them.
yeah, this is the main tank that I'm working on. I have a little Oscar. This guy was tiny when I got him.
Oscar? Yeah, it's an Oscar.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I got him
Oh,
with these
that's
guys.
what I wanted to. That silver arowana. What's
Yes,
he,
sir.
about a foot? How big
Yeah.
is he?
1 foot. Each of them 1
1
foot.
Yeah.
There's 3 of
Oh,
them.
2 of them. Wow.
3.
Wow.
Oh, how
So
not
cool.
3, really?
Yeah, I'm building an 8 foot
nice.
tank that I'm gonna move them over into.
Wow.
I see the third one.
Yeah, this is one of the convicts again.
That's a convict, yeah.
Yeah, just put him in here to keep the aggression away from the
Oh, my.
the Oscar, because I noticed the Oscar was getting a bit roughed up.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a real coup having 3
They're a huge
silvers
amount
like
of-
that. That's
I have
wonderful.
7 birches in here though. You can't see them so
Wow.
easily. But I have like, let's see if I can grab one. Whew. Yeah.
Wow.
Biker? Yeah.
Yeah.
Couple of them.
Yeah, 7 of them in there.
Oh, my.
Yeah, man. And the arrows are very tame. They like to be pet, like I can rub my hands on them and they don't freak out.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Look at that. Look at
Yeah,
that.
man. I don't know if it's because we're always in here or something, but they're very tame. Every one of the
Probably,
fish are
yeah.
very tame, you
Yeah,
know?
I would say.
Yeah, man. So they're food.
You have an amazing fish room.
Isn't that
Thanks.
remarkable?
It was me and my son's chest room, and then we started fish last year, and we just
Wow.
expand it.
Pretty impressive. Pretty
Thank you,
impressive.
thank you. Yeah, man. So that's about it, you know.
Mercy.
Yeah, man.
I love it.
Thanks for the
I love
opportunity
it.
to
I
share,
love
you
it.
know. Let me see if I can get out all of these guys, because I have a lot of things in here we're hiding where you won't ever see, you know. But like the knife fish, they just come out, and I have a gulper catfish. Those grow fast and eat a lot. They eat until they start to waddle. I didn't know
Right.
that. Yeah, they go crazy with food. Yeah, man.
Wow.
I mean, everybody come out for food when they're ready, you know. And yeah, most of these tanks planted, except for the large tank. I don't do planted with it. I just didn't want to have the struggles of the water moving up and down. Yeah, the different qualities and so forth. It's easier to control the larger ones with just water changes. You know what I mean? Because I feed it differently sometimes. Sometimes I'll come in and I'll add a lot of tilapia to it. I'll add shrimp. I'll go crazy with food some of the time with it. So I like to have my hands in it all the time and messing around, you know. So this is the only one that's not dirtied.
What
But
size
everything
tank?
else, this is a 6 foot.
Like
6
a
foot by
210,
three
210,
3
about
feet.
200.
Yeah,
Yeah.
2.5 up and I think 2.5 wide. My
Wow.
tape's here. Yeah, about 2.5 wide. Let me see.
Hmm. Oh, really? 30 inches?
Yeah, 1, 2. No, that's 20. 20 wide.
20, okay.
20 inches
So
wide. Yeah.
it's a 210 gallon.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
Nice. Yeah, I'm getting one this week.
Oh,
Same
I want to
time.
I
Yeah.
want to build one. I wanted to build a 8 foot, and then someone called me said they needed this one out of the basement, and I had
Nice.
to just go over there and
I
get the
love
unit.
it.
So I want to build one of the plywood ones, just the
Yeah,
front
yeah.
and just resin inside and stuff, you know.
Yep.
Yeah, I want to try the one of
Yep.
those and see how that work out.
Cool.
Yeah. Well, anyway, let me not keep you guys.
Well,
And
thank you
keep up the
so
good
very
work.
much. This has
Enjoying the
been
show.
wonderful.
Yeah. Yeah. Good night. Good night,
Yeah,
Dina.
I
Good night,
appreciate
Father
what
Fish.
you're doing. Take
Okay.
care, Damien. Thank you, Damien.
Okay.
Wow.
Amazing tanks.
Wow. Pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Oh, we're doing time-wise here. We're down to it. Couple of minutes.
Not long.
Very impressive. Very impressive. We have had some amazing aquariums on tonight.
Yeah, we
This
have.
video is going to be worth. We're going to have to get Karan on this and get him to do a. We'll have to do a video of this show, showing some of these tanks are just remarkable tanks
Yeah, they are.
with remarkable fish. I'm very impressed.
I am too.
Wow. Pretty nice. Well, you guys have been a joy tonight. It's been we didn't get much into the chat. We had so much going on screen.
Yeah, we
And that
did.
it was great fun. Aqua Preta. Do we have an Aqua Preta? There it is. Aqua Preta with 14 ingredients in one. And this has everything that you could imagine in it, including fungi and radioactive dirt. What more could you ask for?
That's the truth.
This is the key. This is the foundation. This is what makes it all work. Aqua Preta. Only $29.95, and that does 100 gallons. So it's an additive. It is not the total substrate. You need other material to mix this in with. But it will give you a nutrient level that will not exhaust. It will remain literally indefinitely. And that's based on the fact that it takes about 5 years for nutrients to completely cycle in the tank. This will last that long. such that you will be able to grow plants for the rest of your life in your tank. Once you set this tank up, be sure to take it with you wherever you go. It will be your forever aquarium. It will be your friend for life. It will be a wonder to behold. Well, quite an evening.
That it has been.
Quite an evening. Let's see. Do I have? Is there song still up? I don't see it.
Yep, it's still up. If you want, I can throw it up.
Yeah, put it up. Yeah, I can't see it. There we go.
As they swim about their home, I love.
Not sure what it did. I don't know what happened.
But never found a peace that comes from watching my fishies as they swim about their home.
Is the volume all the way up?
My heart is happy and I am content.
It's pretty good. Can you guys
to
hear
sit
it?
and watch them swim. I will not be alone while these
My
fishies are
fishies
in
are
my
in there.
home. When the sunlight shines,
Love you all. Wonderful evening.
and their colors begin to glow, I am drawn into a world where my heart longs to go.
Love you all.
I imagine scenes of
Love y'all.
beauty and feel the warmth of love. I love my little fishes as they swim about their home.
All right. God bless you all. Wonderful to be with you.